The fourth John Wick movie was arguably the best of the franchise, but a potential John Wick 5 with Keanu Reeves is more of a risk than it might sound. For 4 movies, audiences witnessed John Wick, aka the Baba Yaga, laying waste to scores of assassins, but despite the mounting body count, he appeared no closer to being free of his former life. Wick constantly survived against incredible odds, so few believed he would actually die. That said, director Chad Stahelski once revealed he tried to kill John Wick in the 3rd movie, believing the character could never escape the mess he had created. In this video, I want us to talk about how making a 5th John Wick could kill, no pun intended, what made the franchise great. But before the marquee challenges me to pistols at 10 paces, I'd like to say hello guys and gals, I'm Nick, and welcome to 30's Feedback. So, John Wick Chapter 4's ending saw him go through hell to make his appointed duel with the Marquis de Gramont, but while he ultimately won, Wick soon died of his wounds. While there's enough ambiguity in the final graveyard scene to suggest he might have faked his demise, John Wick Chapter 5 risks undoing a perfect ending. The franchise began with the character long retired and mourning the passing of his wife Helen. Seeking revenge for a home invasion gave him purpose, but it soon spiraled out of control and he ended up facing the wrath of the High Table itself. While Wick may have been exceptionally skilled at killing, he was ultimately consumed by grief and claimed his sole reason for staying alive in Chapter 3 was just to remember Helen. In a sense, Wick gave his happy ending in Chapter 4 as his good death reunited him with Helen and wrapped up his character arc. While Chapter 4's finale could be retconned to reveal his survival in a potential 5th installment, this is a risky proposition. Wick really had little left to live for by the end of Chapter 4, and the only real sense of peace he achieved in this series was in his final moments when he remembers his wife. The character went out on his own terms, which seems like a nice way to wrap up his story. But if you're looking for a John Wick fix, there are 2 upcoming John Wick spin-offs on the way. The Continental TV series charts the origin story of the titular hotel for assassins, while Ballerina casts Ana de Armas as a Russian assassin. Reeves will make a special appearance in the latter, which takes place between Chapters 3 and 4, and that might be the actor's best future with the franchise. Instead of resurrecting Wick, the reputation and memory of the boogeyman can linger on in the underworld of the franchise. He could even appear via flashbacks, though again, Lionsgate would likely prefer Reeves back for John Wick Chapter 5 instead. The problem is, after 6 weeks at the box office, Chapter 4 broke a franchise record, grossing a total of $402 million and counting. That's a whole $74 million more than its predecessor John Wick Chapter 3 Parabellum, and while the number is small compared to other huge action series and superhero franchises, it's all relative to the movie's budgets. John Wick Chapter 4 was made with a relatively low $100 million budget, which is what helped the fourquill become such a talking point when it comes to the 2023 box office. And for this reason, I do believe there will be a 5th John Wick. It just depends on how they approach it. What do you guys think? Is the franchise at risk of killing what made it great with a 5th movie? Or are you not bothered and just want to see more Baba Yaga? Let me know below.